Okay, it's been an insane year for news and crypto. So I saw it this morning. I didn't act very much. I kind of wish I had done more. I am in longs on from yesterday that I shared on Bitcoin and a little bit of BNB. Okay, Bitcoin either XRP. Yeah, I kind of wish I had done ETH, man. It looked really good. But it's all good. It's all good. So, what are the tweets? He said, we're gonna look at the charts too. Okay. Where are the tweets? I want to see it. Obviously, BTC, there's other valuable cryptocurrencies. I don't think it's on Twitter. I think it's on Truther, right? By the way, I just worked on the boat today. I'm done. So yeah, I was Truther. Uh, right? Truth Social. Here it is. Okay, he says this is so crazy. U.S. crypto reserve will elevate this critical industry after years of corrupt attacks by the Biden administration, which is why my executive order on digital assets directed the presidential working group to move forward on a crypto strategic reserve that includes XRP, Solana, and ADA, and obviously Bitcoin and ETH. You know what's interesting? This is he's just saying this, but this executive order was signed. I'll show you on the chart where it was signed. It was like January 21 or something. So obviously the market's reacting. But this is him clarifying an executive order that was signed on this day, I think, one of these days. So, I mean, it just shows you how like news doesn't matter so much. He says he came in 2 hours later and said Bitcoin ETH as well. Okay. There was something about like the alt season. I don't think that was real. Okay, so what does that mean? Well, for one, we are gonna get an MTP signal, which I'll share. If we do dip buys, there's going to be a dip buy today. Solana, ETH, gold hasn't moved. Total, others, Solana. Obviously XRP and I think Cardano is actually the one that's benefited the most. So I am in this. Yeah, ADA on the day is up 60%. So I don't know how much it changes. Tomorrow is Monday. This happened over the weekend, which is really interesting. I'm interested. I don't think futures opens for another 30 minutes. So I'm curious on the funding rate. Obviously, there's euphoria in the market right now, but it went from extreme fear to greed in a day. So I'm curious how much the funding rate might have spiked. Unbelievable. It's showing negative. Negative on Bitcoin and ETH. So that makes me, it's negative. That's crazy. That makes me want to probably and possibly leave my trader alone. It doesn't mean. So we did have a lot of leverage come in from 25 to 27. Funding has been negative. It went positive a little bit. There's definitely a lot of spot buying. So let me show you guys. Some of you guys saw my post yesterday. So look, we had Bybit sell off. I'm gonna mark some of the key events that happened. Trump wins election on this day. We had Trump comes into office on this day. We had the executive order, crypto executive order happened up here. Bybit hack. Trump crypto tweet. It's a pretty insane reversal. Is this something that's just going to come back down here? I have to consider, first off, is doing nothing and going and living my life, taking the profit on my trade, trading MTP, transferring back into the bots, let the bots trade MTP for me. ETH funding is going down. That's crazy. Bitcoin. It's really interesting scenario. I mean, it's not a clear exit, right? I think one possibility is I'm going to turn off the gaps for now. Is price doing this and just going back to the highs. It doesn't seem like a place to take profit because we're going to come in Monday and the hedge funds are going to be late to the game and might bid it up on Monday. The issue is the stock market, but maybe it doesn't really matter. It's just been kind of choppy. I will say I would consider extending my TP on this. So I had a TP right here, but I maybe prefer to wait for a conditional close or for price to come back to maybe up here or to hold for new highs. I don't really like, I don't know that I love holding for new highs. I think it might be okay though. I want to look at liquidations. I kind of like the idea of closing BNB. The problem with BNB is it's not American, so it didn't, the news kind of hurt it, and it's just having risk for no reason. Yeah, I wish instead of BNB I had done ETH. I thought about it. It looked really good. Look at this. I'm gonna turn the gap on. Yeah, how it came back into this gap. I think I will close BNB on account of maybe it's just risk that I don't need and have all my risk on ETH. Yeah, on Bitcoin. Yeah, when I saw the news, actually it was right here. And I added right here. If I had like doubled my position, that would have been crazy. I think I added, yeah, I saw it. I got lucky. I've been lucky recently. I was up at 545, so I saw it. I added a little bit right here. Similarly, when this happened at 5. So I've been lucky. Things have been happening like right after I'm getting up, but I'm really not that sharp or wanting to trade first thing in the morning. So from here, I mean, it seems like I like leaving it alone. I also like adding to it and putting my stop. I definitely like advancing my stop. That's something I could say. So, in terms of, I want a complete idea though. So I could just turn it into MTP trade, but in theory, okay, if I were to add, to me, there's going to be a bid on Monday. Everyone's going to want to front run this. So I think it'd be reasonable to target all-time highs before price coming down here. It might also be reasonable just to target this area. It seems like this is the kind of news that should give us all-time highs, where there's going to be like a stampede, possibly a stampede of countries. And when you consider that funding is actually negative, which is crazy. There is a lot of leverage that came in, it's true. But look, funding's gone negative. It's spot driven. I'm okay adding to it. And the idea is this whole move won't reverse. So I can put my stop at 85. We can put it, yeah, like at 86. Which is an 8.67% stop. It makes sense to me that Bitcoin should retest all-time high, shouldn't it? Fundamentally. Okay. So crazy. Truth Social. Okay. I could think about trying to get in on a retracement. Price could come down here. Okay. If you're wondering how much, okay, interesting. Yeah, there's a lot of shorts from FTX that didn't cover, I guess. I feel like all-time highs this week are feel possible. So if we were to break even this, 8,000, I can risk two. So I could do another 0.25 maybe. Okay, looks okay. And my TP is not going to be at 100. It's going to be either at all-time high or just hold for I kind of like putting it at all-time high and then reevaluating, which is a good place to just reopen if we get there. Yeah, I don't see a reason to think. I mean, for one of the ideas is, well, I'm gonna get a buy signal anyways. But what went down the least in a red month? Buy that. It's also, I've talked to you guys about this, but it's March. I would feel differently about this if this was um May or June. But this is March. We could get a really strong rally in March. So I'm saying bullish March to new all-time highs based off of a stampede of trying to front run the US crypto strategic crypto reserve. And I entered now because when these things start rallying, sometimes there's no pullbacks. I think like if anything, this is going to be a support, and like this is a super far stop. So if anything, I can put this at 86.8 actually. Now I want to consider a couple of different scenarios. Okay. I need to 0 point. Guess I don't have that much. I reduce the leverage. Oh, there's why would the liquidation be there, right? It's 7, 10. Okay, let's change this leverage. Okay, I need to close a little bit of it. Okay, still too close. I think down here is okay. Yeah, 86, 800. Okay, and the whole thing could reverse. It doesn't make sense that it should. So the narrative here, this is the most important part. Narrative, US buying BTC. Monday, institutions try to front run. March, bullish month, coming out of extreme greed, fear. So Yeah, I mean it's risky. We could like fail the whole thing. So one thing that I want to consider is I could take a conditional close if price fails here, depending on how it goes. If price gets here and fails, I could take a conditional close, especially if we see some of these other ones do it too. Man, ETH looks really good. I think ETH, I'm gonna leave where we are, but maybe ETH gets its dominance run. I just don't want to mess with ETH because I don't want to buy something that's oversold, even if it's like all the way at the bottom. I just don't really believe in it. So I need to have full conviction. I understand why Bitcoin is valuable. ETH doesn't make sense to me. And honestly, from a chart, I'm not really interested in ETH until it like takes a monthly high. When's the last time it did it? It's been a year since ETH BTC even had a breakout. So I'm not buying dip buys, but this definitely looks like it could be some kind of a bottom. That said, I'm just going to leave it alone and focus on Bitcoin for now. But yeah, I kind of wish when I woke up, I added right here, I only added zero point 0.1 Bitcoin. I wish I had added like, yeah, a lot more. But anyways, good luck, happy trading, peace.